Have you ever wondered why some stories, even huge hits from just a decade ago, can feel, well, a little dated now? It's not just about the special effects or the fashion. The real reason is so much deeper. You see, the audience itself has fundamentally changed. So that's what we're going to dig into today, how that evolution happened and what it means for anyone, like you, trying to tell a story that truly connects in today's world. All right, so here's our game plan. First, we're going to look at the whole idea of consumption and how it used to be all about survival. Then we'll track how that meaning totally shifted. After that, we'll see how this same change rocked the world of movie audiences and how the internet threw gasoline on the fire. And finally, we'll get to the real payoff, what this all means for you, the writer. So to really understand what's happening now, we've got to jump in a time machine and head back to the late 1990s. Believe me, the way people thought about things was completely different back then. Think about it. Back in the late 90s, the word consumption wasn't about adding to a shopping cart for fun. Nope. It was directly tied to survival. It meant getting the things you absolutely needed to live: food, shelter, the basics. It was all driven by raw necessity, not by want. But then, the calendar flipped over to the 2000s. The economy started to stabilize a bit, and something really profound began to happen. The entire reason why people consumed things started to change, big time. And yeah, this timeline right here, it lays it all out, crystal clear. We went from a culture that was laser focused on just getting by, on pure survival, to one that suddenly had the breathing room to go out and find things for pure enjoyment, for personal fulfillment. So what's the real engine behind this change? It's a shift in motivation. The core question people were asking themselves went from, what do I need to survive, to what experience can I have that will actually make my life better? And that shift, right there, is the key to understanding everything that follows. Okay, so let's take that big idea and plug it into the world of storytelling. Because this wasn't just about what people were buying at the store. This exact same seismic shift was happening in the cinema. The movie audience was evolving right along with everyone else. People just weren't satisfied anymore with sitting back and letting a movie wash over them for 2 hours. They started leaning in. They began actively searching for the deeper themes, digging for the hidden messages, and trying to connect it all back to their own lives. And this process you see here is absolutely crucial. Watching a movie became a 3-stage event. It kicks off with viewing, the actual watching part. But then comes the good stuff, contemplating, where you're really chewing on what the film was trying to say. And finally, the real magic, ruminating. That's when the story sticks with you for days, maybe even weeks. The experience didn't stop when the credits rolled. Of course, this new craving for deeper meaning didn't just appear out of nowhere. It was put on hyperdrive by one single piece of technology that was changing the entire planet at the same time. Yep, the internet. And just like that, thinking about a movie wasn't a solo mission anymore. All of a sudden, you had online forums, message boards, and then social media. These were digital spaces where you could debate and dissect every single frame of a film with thousands of other people. It totally transformed passive viewing into this active communal experience. You weren't just thinking about the movie, you were building a shared culture around it. So this brings us to the most important question of all. If the audience has changed this dramatically, what in the world does that mean for the people who are actually trying to write the stories? This right here is the new reality. Let it sink in. You are no longer writing for a passive crowd just looking to kill some time. You are writing for an active, intelligent, and analytical audience that will measure your story against the backdrop of their own lives, their own memories, their own experiences. And I want to be really clear, this isn't just some vague artsy theory. It is a practical, direct mandate for you as a writer. This quote on the screen absolutely nails it. You have to meet this new audience on their level. Every scene, every character choice, every line of dialogue needs to be crafted knowing it's going to be filtered through someone's personal life. Your story has to connect on that deeply personal level, because that's the new standard. And that's really the question that it all boils down to, isn't it? It's not just about having a cool plot or clever characters anymore. It's about creating an experience that resonates with the memories and the inner world of this new, sophisticated viewer. So as you sit down to write, that's the challenge to keep front and center in your mind.